Good morning, class. How are you today? Okay, that's great. May I request everyone to please stand up for our prayer? Okay, James, please come in front and lead the prayer. Amen. Before you sit down, pick up some piece of paper under your chairs. Okay. For your attendance, when I call your name, say present. Very good, no absent. Once again, hello everyone. Welcome to our exploration of the English language. Look at the simple sentence on the screen. The cat sat. What do you notice about these words? Have you ever thought about how even short sentences are made up of different kinds of words, each with its own job? Sometimes, using just one wrong word can make our sentences sound strange or even change their meaning entirely. Today, we're going to delve into these different kind of words, which we call the part of speech. Get ready to unlock the building blocks of our language. Before we proceed to our proper discussion, let me read first the objectives of the lesson. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to recognize and identify the 8 parts of speech, identify examples of each part of speech within the sentence, and construct sentences that intentionally use multiple parts of speech.
Now, let's put on our detective hats. On the screen, you'll see a sentence with all the words mixed up. Quickly, the dog big run part in the evening. Your task is to mentally rearrange these words to create a grammatically correct sentence. Once you figure out the correct order, think about each individual word. What kind of word is it? What does it do in the sentence? For example, what kind of word tells us what is doing the action? Dog. What kind of word tells us how the action is happening? Quickly. After our initial words puzzle, let's now get a clear understanding of the different categories these words belongs to. These are the 8 parts of speech. First, noun. Words that name a person, animal, place, thing, or ideas. Example, Rhina, dog, Switzerland. Pronoun. Words that takes the place of a noun. Example, he, she, it. Verb. Words that show action or state of being. Example, running, cleaning, and eating. Adjective. A plain, colorful, or large words that describe a noun. Example, big, beautiful, clear. Adverb. A speedometer increasing quickly, a happy face. Words that describe a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Example, quickly, happily, very. Preposition. A ball in, on, under a box. Words that show relationship between a noun and other words. Example, in, on, at under. Conjunction. Linking rings or connecting words. Words that link other words, phrases, or clauses together. Example, for, and, but. Interjection. Exclamation marks, surprise faces. Words that show strong emotion. Example, wow! Ouch! Hey! Okay, let's have a short review. Noun. Words that name a person, animal, place, thing, or ideas. Example, Rhina. Pronoun. Words that take the place of a noun. Example, she. Verb. Words that show action or a state of being. Example, running. Adjective. Words that describe a noun. Example, big. Adverb. Words that describe a verb, adjective, or another verb. Example, happily. Preposition. Words that show relationship between a noun and other words. Example, under. Conjunction. Words that link other words, phrases, or clauses together. Example, for. The last one is interjection. Words that show strong emotion. Example, wow!
Now that we know the definitions of each part of speech, let's see how they work together in a real sentence. Take this example. The playful puppy quickly ran across the green grass. Can you identify some of the part of speech here? Puppy and grass are nouns. Playful and green are adjectives describing those nouns. Run. Run is the action verb, and across shows the relationships between the verb and the grass, a preposition. Understanding how these different words interact makes our sentences clear and descriptive.
Let's look at a simpler sentence. He quickly ate the apple. First, we have he. This word takes the place of a name, so it's a pronoun. Next is quickly. It tells us how we ate, so it's an adverb. Then we have ate. This shows what he did, so it's a verb. Next is the. This tells us which apple, so it's a type of adjective called an article. And finally, we have apple. This is the thing he ate, so it's a noun. See how even in a short sentence, each word has its own job. He replaces a name. Quickly, describe the action. Ate is the action. This specifies the apple. And apple is the thing being eaten. Understanding these roles help us understand the whole sentence.
To see how will you understand the part speech, here's the creative task for you. Imagine you're writing a short paragraph or even just a few sentences for a story. Your challenges is to intentionally use all 8 of the part of speech in your writing. This will not only test your knowledge, but also show you how these different types of words come together to create a complete and interesting piece of text. Remember to think about the meaning you want to convey as you choose your words.
To continue practicing what we've learned today, your assignment will be available on Edmodo. You will find several sentences and your task is to identify and label each word in those sentences with its correct part of speech. These exercises will help you solidify your ability to recognize and understand the function of each word type. Please submit your work through Edmodo by April 12 at exactly 11 p.m.